Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic Breakdown. If you are new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell so you're not missing any of the content that we have coming out. And today, we are finally getting to the end of X-Men Ten of Swords. We are on part 22 of 22. This is the very last issue. We made it, guys. 22 issues deep. We freaking made it. Now, this issue is titled Destruction. Now, if you guys haven't checked out anything Ten of Swords related, or if this is the only video you've hit on, be sure to check out my playlist in the description at the top of the video. It has every single issue, every one of them. 22 issues, 22 videos, all sitting right there just waiting for you guys to click on it. So go check it out. And so with that being said, let's dive into this issue. Alright, so diving into this issue, we pick back up in Otherworld at the Starlight Citadel with Saturnyne. And she lets us know that all the cards but one have been drawn. And she lets us know, magic is fickle in a way. But this day, Fortune has sided with the X-Men. And the card is drawn. And with it being drawn, we see the Captain Britain Corps reborn. And they fall from the Citadel, laying siege to the monsters of Ameth. Because the Captain Britain's Corps, their main purpose, their main job is to protect the bigger multiverse that exists, which every gateway leads to the Starlight Citadel. They are the keepers of the gateways, of the doorways, the passageways between multiverses. And we just see an all-out bloodbath. We see Captain Britain's beating the crap out of War. We see Captain Britain getting their head chopped off by Annihilation. But Ameth also has their own army, and War summons them, sends the message to Summoner, all the summoners, to summon everything, all the beasts and monsters of the underworld. And while this battle is going on, we see Apocalypse furiously fighting on the battleground, as well as Magic. And this is when Cyclops telepathically connects with her. And they're on Sword Station. And Cyclops pretty much tells her like, hey, why don't you just open up a portal for us so we can come help you guys out? And with this portal being opened, we see Sword Station come flying in above the Starlight Citadel. And this is when we see X-Men from Krakoa just pile out. So many that you couldn't even count them. That's how many X-Men are falling out of this. How many mutants are coming to the aid. And I'm sure that you guys can name so many different mutants out of this lineup here. So now things are getting fun. They're getting interesting. And we're just getting full page panels of this battle just going crazy. And while this battle is happening, Apocalypse and Annihilation are still going head to head. And Apocalypse almost gets the helm off of Annihilation, but this is when Annihilation uses some kind of energy blast and tells all the summoners to summon literally anything and everything possible. Now, Cable watches from up above with Saturnyne, and he's trying to plead with her to go down there and help. But what Saturnyne says to Cable is, what card did you draw? And he says, the Fool. And she says, yes, a fool with a sword. And only a fool would think that is what he is actually holding. And then he's just like, I just realized exactly what my weapon is for and what I can use it for right now. And so Cyclops and them come down to get him. And they bring him to Sword Station, where he can plug in his sword and power this on. Now, if you remember, there was a crazy alien race that was hiding up on this ship through this portal on Sword Station. They were essentially an infestation of coming to cleanse everything. Well, now they have something that's going to cleanse all the forces of Ameth. So every time the summoner summons someone else, it seems the X-Men are also getting reinforcements. So, we have the Captain Britain Corps now at this point. We have all those X-Men that made their arrival as well. And now we have an entire other alien race that is hell-bent on the destruction and cleansing of every world in existence. And as Annihilation fights with one of these creatures, Apocalypse takes her by surprise, smashes her face into the ground, and rips the mask off of her. Now, whoever takes the mask off has to become its wearer. And so the mask possesses Apocalypse, and Apocalypse becomes Annihilation. And Genesis says, whoever defeats the helm claims the helm. Whoever wears the crown controls the land, and the helm controls them. And Annihilation replies, and now my new vessel. Rise my horde and summon our full might. Lead them to victory over all. And this is where Apocalypse says, I claim the victory, but I do not claim you. You know, his wife had fought to win. He's like, I don't care about winning. I only wanted to save my people, our people. And this is where we see Iska, the unbeaten, switch sides. And this is how we know that Krakoa has won this. And Apocalypse makes his way up high enough to talk to Saturn IX and gets down on one knee and says, I surrender. And this is where she flies down, uses dragon fire to burn all of the alien infestation that had come through the gate from the sword station, gets down, goes up to Apocalypse, and takes the mask. And now she is the wielder and the conqueror of the land. Now she controls the land. But she transforms the helm into something more appealing to be carried around. And with this battle being over, Saturn IX only requires one thing. She requires one mutant from each side to leave their land and go live with the enemy. Pretty much an exchange of prisoners. A show of good faith. And so Genesis obviously is choosing Apocalypse here when asked who or what mutant does she choose from Krakoa to join on Ameth. And Apocalypse steps up and speaks for Krakoa. And Saturn IX asks, pick the mutant you want to take your place. And he chooses the island Oroko. So he is being the uniter, the great uniter. Finally, you know, this is what this was all about to begin with. It was to unite the islands back together, to make this mutant one again, to make it whole again. And Saturn IX even lets him know, like, there are millions of mutant prisoners on that island. Are you sure this is what you want to do? And he says yes. And even Saturn IX gives it up to him. She's like, you know, that wasn't in the cards. Nicely done. Like, good play. And so she does her spell, and it's happened. It's done. And she pretty much tells everybody, like, don't come back here. Unless you're seeking death or peril or adventure or a handful of other things in these lands, don't expect to come back here. And Cyclops and Apocalypse have a conversation before they part ways. And Cyclops asks him if he wants him to relay anything to Professor X or Magneto. And he simply says that he wants them to know that he will see them again someday. Now, picking up with Saturn IX, she's talking to one of her subjects, Ryle. And she asks her, like, did you know everything was going to happen? And Saturn IX says, you know, I didn't know everything. Like, some things are just impossible to read. I can't know every single aspect of what's going to happen. But she says what matters most are matters of the court. But really, this was all a manipulation. While, yes, she has control of the other realms and other worlds and kingdoms and things of that nature, she also has a Captain Britain Corps that was reborn that is 100% loyal knights. So essentially, she got rid of Betsy because at this point, we don't know where Betsy Braddock from Earth 616 is. We don't know Captain Britain Prime. We don't know where she is. She's currently unaccounted for. All the other ones are accounted for except for her. But at the end of the day, you know, this last panel, it shows us that she's still not getting what she wants. Like, at the end of the day, she's still not getting Captain Avalon. And that's all she's wanted. She has all she needs, but not all she wants. It's the takeaway from this last panel. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that someone so powerful and so strong and can manipulate things in such a manner, and it's such a trivial thing to be like, oh, well, you know, I just want that one person. That's all I really want. When obviously, you know, she has ways to be able to manipulate this into becoming a reality if she truly wanted that. But that's just my opinion on that. That seems kind of like a weird plot hole in my opinion. But, you know, that's just my thoughts on it. But that will be the end of this issue. That will be the end of the Ten of Swords event. It's finally over. We did it, guys. Every single freaking issue. We knocked that out. And make sure that you guys stick around for my channel because we're going to be covering the King in Black, which will be covering Null, the symbiote god. But yeah, if you guys have not yet, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you want me to continue on with the X-Men lines, X-Men Excalibur, you know, Marauders, X-Factor, you know, all those X-Men titles. Do you guys want me to still cover those? Let me know down in the comments. You know, if we have enough people interested, that'll be definitely something we continue, you know, however often they come out, whether it be bi-weekly or monthly, so on and so forth. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. If you have not yet, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, and until the next video.